night, I was on my way to KFC to get something light, you know what I mean? Because food at home sometimes, just doesn't do it for you. And KFC, I'm not a KFC person, so, I was going out of my way to have a different type of night. You know what I mean? Because, like, you can only do so much to help yourself feel like you're in control of your life. Oh my gosh. See what I mean? Gosh. I think we're good. Dude, come on now. Mic check. Today's just been falling apart. I have been falling apart today. And we'll get into it. But, so yeah, last night I went to KFC because you can only do so much that really, like, lassos your thoughts in together to help you feel like you're still in control of things. You know what I mean? Because no one likes to be out of control. Like, you don't want to not have control of your own life. You know what I mean? So I'm just being self-aware of me going to KFC. You know what I mean? Anyways, so I go there, and I'll get into why. Like, well, wow, my brain is everywhere. I apologize. Okay. Last night, I went to KFC. Right? Pulled up. There's no line at KFC, by the way, ever. I don't know where you live. If there's a line there, that's crazy. But there should never be a line at KFC. I pulled up to KFC, and I'm the type of person, I need to, like, I'll fold under pressure in a drive-thru. Like, there's no one in there. You pull up to the ordering speaker box and like, hey, what can I get for you? I'm just going to pick something and roll with it because there's not enough time for me to decide. And I'm trying to become better as a person, to really hone in on what I want out of life. But I just, I picked one of the, like, an 8-piece thing, meal deal. It said like $15 on the board or whatever. So I'm like, I'm gonna pick that and go with it. So I picked it, and I rolled up to the first window, right? Or the only window. And they're like, all right, got this huge bag ready to go instantly. Like, before I got there, they were ready to go. This huge bag with a bucket, another bag with like fries, freaking everything. The whole menu was in this bag. And he's like, it's going to be $45. And I'm like, so I handed my card. I'm like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, who am I to, I don't know, I'm too agreeable of a person to say, no, I only got like 2 things. He got me, life got me. The bucket won. Colonel Sanders he served me, and I took it to the chin. So, I took it to the gut, more like, because KFC is, you know what I mean? Anyway, so I ended up paying that $45 and meal prepping KFC for the week because I'm not eating all of that in one night. There was like 13 pieces of chicken in this bucket, and I'd never seen a bucket like that in person. That's always been like on a TV show or a movie or some kind of story, or like, that was like a figment of my imagination. I was like, wow, this is a real thing. It was a really cool experience, I guess, but I'm short $45. Actually, I'm short like $30. I thought it was going to be like $15. So I was there to spend money, and I spent money, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to KFC again for the next however long, but and there also just are better options for chicken. Like, I would rather go to Chick-fil-A. I'd rather go to, but yesterday was Sunday. So today is Monday at the time of this recording. So Chick-fil-A is off the menu. Cane's, the next best thing. But from where I live, it's too far away. I can't just, I can't just do that. But Cane's is the best chicken spot over Dave's Hot Chicken, over Popeyes. Popeyes is really good too. But Cane's, with the breading, the consistency of their chicken, the texture, the sauce is better than any other chicken place sauce. And that's just facts. I'm open to debate on that, but Cane's number 1, number 2, Chick-fil-A, number 3, Popeyes. That's the list. Top 5 is where it gets kind of like, debatable and open to more options. But so that's top 3 chicken places for me. And let's see. So I got I'm having a stroke. I need to stop doing meth, bro. Anyway, so I'm, this is my brain on KFC, basically. Let me drink some water real quick. Oh my goodness. This is like the first sip of water I've had all week. And this is your reminder to hydrate yourself. So if you're listening to this right now, drink some water right this second. And moment of silence for the water drinkers. All right. It's been a eventful few weeks, maybe month. I got pulled over like a month ago for having expired tags. But valid. Like I was breaking the law. I still am because I have expired tags still, but I paid the ticket. I don't know if it was a fix-it ticket or not. I just know that I needed to pay that ticket because I don't have enough money for fixing my tags right now. And if you're a police officer watching this, that was a joke, obviously. So I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I got pulled over by a sheriff. And honestly, like, my car is definitely the car to pull over. I have a Honda Civic, but my bumper is hanging off by like a string. I had to duct tape my bumper back on because an actual crackhead had hit it in a 7-Eleven parking lot. And if you haven't heard that story, it's in one of these podcasts back, I don't know. I'll briefly tell it. I'll briefly explain it. Basically, I went to go get nachos, the nacho night. Like I said, the KFC thing. It's exactly like one of these nights. And I go into 7-Eleven, someone hit my car, come out, bumpers knocked off. The white Honda Pilot that hit my car with no plates and full of trash bags just took off, right? I tried to get the footage from 7-Eleven, but 7-Eleven workers don't speak the best English and they couldn't really understand me. And they told me to come back tomorrow when someone that actually could understand me is working. I'm just like, this is stupid. I work tomorrow. I can't afford to do this. It's just a weird situation. I'm not trying to victimize myself. You know what I mean? I'm just explaining what the story is behind my bumper. Anyways, the sheriff sees my bumper probably and is like, all right, you got expired tags. You look like a tweaker. I'm pulling your ass over. And which is honestly like, that checks out, right? What am I going to do? What am I going to say? Oh, you're targeting me. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Sorry, my mom just texted me. Basically, I paid the ticket, right? Cool, $100, $115, can't remember. I decided to go on a ride along with a police officer in the Portland area, which is a good time to do it. I wanted to record it and do like an episode of Cops. This would have been like an episode of Cops directed by like Wes Anderson or something. Like, we were cruising. Nothing crazy happened. Not that I wanted to get hit by bullets or anything, or that I was expecting it. I thought we were going to see like some bigger things happening, like protesters, whatever, right? I mean, we did see some, but they seemed bored. Antifa must be on salary or something. I don't know. But anyways, we just pulling people over for having no insurance. And that felt really weird on my part. I'm in the passenger of a police car. And I'm like, that guy right there, expired tags right there. Pull his ass over. And it felt like I'm sitting, what did it feel like? it felt like I was on the naughty list and I went to go see Santa Claus at the mall, right? And he's like, oh, and it feels like maybe he doesn't know, or maybe he does know that I'm on the naughty. I don't know. You know what I mean though? It's like it felt wrong. Um, like I'm on the bad team, but now I'm like, I don't know. I pulled the old switcheroo on him, and it was fun overall. A lot of people don't have insurance, so I mean, but what's new? What's new in America today? Can people even afford insurance? Probably not. It's a nighttime ride along. I wasn't able to record, but I think we're gonna get the police officer I did it with on the podcast to be able to just to have him on as a cool guest. Promote the promote the opportunity to do a ride along. I think, like just I don't know. We'll see what's popping. But let's see. During that night, my mom had her bachelorette party, and my grandma wanted to throw it for her, and it was like kind of a surprise bachelorette party, like surprise things and amenities that were happening, but everyone knew it was a bachelorette party. My girlfriend was invited, just some extended family, and like it was like overall a low key thing. And so while I'm on the ride along, like my girlfriend texts me and said, "Your grandma got strippers," or whatever. "Your grandma got a stripper." And I'm like, "My grandma got a stripper? What? Grandma got a stripper? For the bachelorette party? Like, how am I supposed to react to that?" My grandma, my mom, and my girlfriend are going to be watching a stripper at my grandma's house? This sounds like generational fun, but I think that it's definitely an odd night. It's not a normal, it's a different night, different type of ride. So I'm thinking, what am I thinking, dude? I am like in the passenger seat of the police car, like, I think I just witnessed a crime. And he was like, "You okay, son?" And I'm like, "No, there's a disturbance at Nana's." And we should have pulled up. The officer and I should have pulled up to my grandma's house together and been like, "Y'all ordered the police package," and just killed the night and just buzzkill. You know what I mean? But we didn't, because I wanted to let them enjoy their night, have fun, whatever. It wasn't a black stripper, so okay, I'm just joking. Come on. All right, I'm just joking. Sometimes I'll say something on the podcast, I feel like, and I'll clip it and then post the clip, and then the clip gets a few views and maybe a comment that's like, thinks I'm being serious. So maybe I'll start announcing that I'm joking more. But yeah, I don't really know. Like, it was just a crossover type of thing that I just didn't expect, or I didn't really approve of either. So I don't know. Every single time I see glitter on my grandma's shoulder now, I feel like before I just assumed it was like a Hobby Lobby trip or something like that, and now now I just assume it's a fucking stripper. I am a little, I'm glad that she still knows how to party. My grandma's probably like, "This is what we called the twist back in my day." Okay, Grandma. If my grandma's watching Magic Mike in real life, we need to reevaluate senior care. I don't really like that. Kind of it kind of flatlines my brain and my thoughts. I'm trying to think of what's next to talk about, but it really just has my thoughts clock out and leave mid conversation, which is really annoying. So let me just regather myself here. Adulthood is really just getting signed up for things you didn't really ask for. So I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? It's like I'm 23. I'm newly 23, and that's, old to some people, and it's, fairly young in like my grandma's eyes. But I I don't think my 20s are going to start until like 25. Like 25 to like 35. That's my 20s right there. That's what I'm going to say that. And it's interesting too because like I feel that a lot of like adults now, like emerging adulthood, it's 18 to maybe like 30 is when you're emerging in adulthood, I think. Like those are that's the actual window or transition period. And adulthood meaning like maturing in relationships, career, independence, maybe being able to take care of a family. That's adulthood, right? And it's interesting because so many people now are like developing more slowly, and it's kind of like it's becoming more culturally accepted because so many of us are doing it, but we kind of have to because like it's like things are expensive and it's like weird now. I feel like going to college isn't, I don't think it's as important as it used to be, or I think people are finding their careers later in life, or not as many people are having kids as young, or getting married, or just establishing independence away from their own family, I guess. Because I mean, I still live with my mom, right? And it's like, I feel like my dad at 23, well, it's tough. His dad at 23 was probably out there doing his thing. You know what I mean? And then the dad before him, my great 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 grandpa, or even grandma, you know? It's weird because all of my family, like there's no one very successful in my family. There's a couple people that are very respectable and I look up to a lot, but for the most part, majority of my family is like not like, maybe like lower middle class, probably. And I think I'm probably right around, I'm experiencing maybe middle class. I think if I were on my own, I'd be like lower middle class. Maybe even lower than that, just because I'm not making very much money. I don't have a large income, I do sell art, right? I do have goals. I do, I'd like to say I have a work ethic and I put hours into what I want to do, and I don't go out and waste my time, playing video games or maybe going and drinking. But that, I'm not like, ooh, I'm so much better than you. Someone commented that. It was like, ooh, I'm so much better than you guys because I don't drink. It's not like a superiority isn't in my mind with that. It's just my standards. My bar is right there for myself because I know that if I go and do that, then my chances at succeeding in what I want to do are less likely. But yeah, I think it was probably, I don't know, going on the ride along. That was, it almost changed my like trajectory, I feel like, in life, because I thought it was really fun. Like it was an awesome experience. Being a police officer is very rewarding, and I think that I also liked it because it gives you a lot of purpose, and I think that's what I look for. I'm a very like purpose oriented type of person, and like I want to do things that matter, I guess, and that are worth doing. And doing that, it was like very like instant. You had that instant gratification of oh, you did something really cool, really good, like you helped people. So I started painting when I was like maybe 19. And it wasn't even like, I didn't see it going to be like as big of a path as it has been for me. Like I kind of painted for, like it was a gift for somebody. and it was like I followed a Bob Ross routine or tutorial or whatever. Tutorial, a Bob Ross video. And it turned out pretty cool. So I started to kind of lean into it a little bit, see what I could do and what I was capable of. And people were starting to like buy these from me and then ask me to paint their dogs and all this stuff, which ended, it was I had a strong start with painting. And then I was even doing it full time for like maybe like 4 or 5 months. I just kind of burnt myself out of it when I was doing this because it was a lot of dogs. There was a lot of people that wanted things kind of printed almost. And I didn't want it to be, I don't want to be a printer. I wanted to be, you know, a part of I wanted to contribute to the creative process to it because that's why it was fun. You know, it's like things that I'm interested in, maybe connected to, not just printing pictures of dogs, right? And it started to get really mundane and I was burning myself out and I wasn't enjoying it anymore. So I stopped painting for maybe like a year. And, you know, during that year, I just really didn't do anything. I was just kind of thinking and procrastinating, I guess, and like trying to find purpose in other avenues in life. But like, I don't know, I wasn't really taking very many opportunity and very many risks, I guess. So I started I picked painting back up, but I was doing it for myself and I was painting things that I was interested in painting. And it started to work obviously again and it was kind of picked back up. And I was saying a lot of people started asking for dogs and stuff like that again. And I will do it very occasionally if I'm connected to the dog, like I'll paint my own dog, you know, but I'm likely to say no when people ask me to do that. I don't want to ruin it for myself again, because that kind of sucks. Like I like painting. I think it's a cool little, what is echo chamber of my own thoughts and ideas and to immerse myself in. And that's been kind of pop culture things, maybe sports, superheroes, celebrities, people in general, or just cool things, cool pictures. I don't really know it can get kind of abstract. But then I kind of found a new purpose recently in painting with like dressing up as Bob Ross and then kind of making a skit out of that. And that takes a lot, by the way. It takes planning, first of all, getting dressed up and then sitting down with an idea to paint, right? And then nailing it as I go because I'm recording it, right? I need to do well the first time. I'm basically sitting down and being like, I'm going to nail this the first try. And so it's a difficult process. Then you got to edit it and make sure everything looked good. And then recently I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw that there was an AI video of Bob Ross like painting Pikachu's butt cheeks or something. And it was like hilarious, but it totally had like kind of buzz killed me because I kept scrolling and I saw more and more and more of like AI making clips of Bob Ross painting absurd things. And I'm like, that was my thing. And I did it like months before. I started this like a few months ago. And it just like buzz kills me because I was like, dang it, dude. That's like now it's going to seem like I was copying AI or something. But I'm not saying AI was copying me. We just had like the same idea. Or maybe the computer is after me. I don't know. But I mean, for right now, it's only like 5 to 10 second clips on this. In mine, I can actually make full, 1 to 2 minute skits for now until AI catches up to me. So I have a little bit of leverage still, but so annoying. Anyways, I've kind of found a little bit of purpose with that. And I've had some cool like opportunities to paint maybe like people that have passed away, to honor them, that's very purposeful and rewarding. But what am I getting at? What was I saying? Like, I guess my point is like, my biggest issue is consistency. So when thinking about like me emerging into adulthood, one of my biggest issues I found with myself is I'm inconsistent, especially when showing up for myself. I think like with painting or things that will benefit me, that are productive, like decisions for my career, or you know what I mean, like things like that. So I've been trying to, like, recently I've been a lot more consistent with myself, going to the gym, eating better, drinking water, because you got to drink water, dude. That's crazy. And I don't know, just I guess just having higher standards, for yourself, for myself, because like I'm trying to mature, right? I'm trying to get better. And it's interesting too, because one of the like the the excuses almost I would make for myself is that quality over quantity, right? I'd be like, oh, I haven't done a painting because quality over quantity. I got to do it at the right time, in the right mind space. I gotta. That was like kind of a comfort killer for me. Like, I was comfortable and comfort kills. So I would say that as almost an excuse. And I realized that when I maybe read, I can't remember where I saw this, but it was almost the same quote, but worded differently. It was, quantity will lead to quality. So from me being afraid of not having quality or quantity, because I was making excuses, like I was kind of using it as like a shield almost for my own ego, quantity will lead to quality as long as you're applying yourself. So like, for me, obviously I'm trying to put myself through the motion of getting better, and through that like, my brain just checked out. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm just trying to be more disciplined, I guess is what I'm saying. Doing podcasts once a week, you know what I mean? I also really want to get better at like doing the solo podcast and like sitting down by myself and kind of just capturing the stream of thoughts that I have. So it's just interesting that, adulting now is optional. I think that's so weird. Like, oh, like some people will be like, oh yeah, being an adult, that sounds fun. Like, I mean, that sounds fun for you, but I'm just going to stay over here and I'm going to be a Disney adult. I'm just going to like live with my parents and I'm going to do it. It's really interesting that we're kind of transitioning from what we did do culturally to this. And obviously I'm joking when I say that my 20s are going to start when I'm 25. It's just a joke, guys. I'm in my 20s and I am actively pursuing things. But yeah, I'm trying to get, back into basketball shape. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? Just do good for myself. I also want to do a Bob Ross video each week. It's just so hard because they're so hard to make. Like they take so much time and energy to make them. Anyways, it's a Monday night and I'm trying to upload on Tuesdays. So honestly, I'm gonna try to wrap this up, and because I gotta get this podcast up, bro. This one was low-key filmed hella late. So, but yeah, appreciate you staying with me throughout this. Pretty I feel like I was rambling a lot. So I appreciate you if you stuck through it. I know it's a little bit shorter than the usual ones, but I'm trying to work on putting more length on the and depth on the solo dolo podcasts. So yeah, maybe in the next few weeks I'll have another one. But yeah, that's the end of those thoughts right there. And good night.